Alright, welcome to 14 Pilot. Today we'll start our introducing for the prep course to prepare you for your oral exam. Okay, since you already got your written exam, so now we'll cover what you need exactly for the oral exam based on the newest ACS FAA Private Pilot 2017 in June. Okay, and in our standard, we always ask the applicant to make the plan like this because this will make your life easier when you meet our examiner, Mr. Dennis Magdaleno. So in here, I already put your name and the airplane type, but you need to update the weight and balance because this is for our previous students. This is from Piper Warrior. So I give you a link. I'll give you the link for reference. This is very nice. Actually, you need to know how to calculate it manually, but since we have this, and I believe that.
Will Dennis ask me to do the weight and balance calculation in front of him?
Oh, no. I mean, if you show him in your paper, we print it. I mean, you print it and you document that on your oral exam. He will more than happy, and I think he would not ask you to show how to calculate this because this looks professional. So you just need to change this with the Paint if you have a Microsoft Paint. So you Paint, you just change the registration, and you can use this. Let's say it's empty weight. You can take a look to the 4 Echo Sierra document, okay? And front seat, how many weights? And you can put Dennis 190. So full, okay. And this is the gallon, 40 gallons, and right seat 0 because we don't have passenger. And you can put 20 pounds baggage. Then you calculate. Then you can just cut through. You don't have to have maneuvering speed. So basically, you just screenshot here. You cut from maneuvering speed and put 2 separate items. Then you get your center of gravity, just exactly like this. And I make a line here.
Yeah.
So this will be your weight balance. That's nice. So next page, this is for the aircraft performance. Just put like a cruising, best economical cruising performance. This is for the Piper, and but the 172N it doesn't have this. But you can also put the fuel time and distance if you can find it, or you can put like the efficient setting for the power setting, brake horsepower. You can put it there, and landing distance is very important for a private pilot, so you better put the landing distance. Okay, then you have to know how to use the landing distance. Okay, how to use the landing distance for Lake Tahoe, especially when you are at the high altitude airport. Okay. So that's exactly you want to bring when your oral exam comes, and you have to calculate how many fuels. So in here I have weather analysis. You can use this, I mean you can prepare this like maximum is 2 days before the check ride. Then it's accept that. This is area forecast, just put Northern California and Southern California because the Northern California will use for Napa Valley to Lake Tahoe. Alright? And then Southern California is the outlook from Oxnard. So and you put METAR here. I put METAR Van Nuys because the examiner was Greg Lewis, so he based in Van Nuys, and I proposed for Van Nuys, Napa Valley for the student, so the student adjust this for Van Nuys, then you have to change that for Oxnard, and you will get this from Aviation Weather. I'll give you the way to do that. So let's say you check KO our METAR Aviation Weather. Then you will get this. This is very nice one. You just copy it, put it there. Okay. And now you have depiction chart. You can also find depiction chart through the aviation weather. Okay, we go through it later. And this is the surface wind aloft. You have to know, explain about the principle of the high pressure to low pressure, the Coriolis effect, and how the cyclone movement and how the high pressure movement clockwise, and this is the anti-clockwise. Use this chart to explain the wind aloft, and how about the isobars related to the wind. So also for the surface analysis here, the front, what is the cold front, what is the warm front. You don't have to explain the weather like the normal guy in the flight school. Like you explain one by one what's the weather. Everybody confused about that. So just bring this, and you already have all the legend here. So you can explain based on the legend. This looks professional. It's like airline pilot. Explain one by one. It make easier for you because you already got the legend here, just in case you forget. But at least you know how to interpret the surface analysis. Then you can tell him how the systems works here, and the prognostic chart here, airmat and sigmat, wind aloft. Then this wind aloft, you can use this to make your flight plan later. So you bring this and show it to Dennis. Okay, explain one by one. So your oral exam route will be optional.
Can I just ask a question?
Okay, go.
Are you, are all these documents, are these things that you want me to print off and prepare in advance?
Oh yeah, I mean you have
know,
to bring this on your oral exam, on your check.
Okay, so all these pages that have got your logo on,
yeah.
These are pages that I will prepare myself.
Yes.
And bring, and am I able to write notes on the paper and in the plan and say, it's like my homework, but is this, can I write notes on here to say this is why I've considered this, or to highlight the winds aloft and say,
oh yeah,
these are my...
Of course. And I make this to help you because the flight details, everything here we already make for most of the students. Then we have like a standard for the oral exam, okay? And here the gallons and everything, but normally with 172 I believe you need to stop at Salinas to get a review. Then I will let you know how to explain all of this stuff. But for now, just make sure that you change this departure, airport elevation for Oxnard, and this ground-based navigation reference I think is same, okay? Refueling option is Salinas, it's already here.
Yep.
Then I want you to do the homework. You find out all about this along this route. RCS is Santa Barbara, Guadalupe, Santa Maria, Morro Bay, Paso Robles, Salinas, right? And this airport, CCR until KPC. I want you to prepare all the airport diagram for any airport nearby there, and then also the AFD on any airport related to this route. You put it together and bring it to Dennis, and when he asks you, he will just pick one of the nowhere. Let's say let me open Sky Factor. What's this? Fire. Wow, near Santa Barbara there's a fire, that's why IFR. Is that a lot of smoke there?
Oh yeah.
Smoke there?
Yeah, they're not in, I don't think where I live, but there is a fire at Santa Barbara.
Wow, alright. It happens every year. So this matter for Dennis. I mean, when you check at the 31st and the fire is still there, he will ask you what is this and how to go to Napa Valley. This become more interesting, because if this still happen on the check that day, then we have to revise all the route,
Yeah, of course.
Then you have to choose the mainland. You have to go here, like Gorman from Oxnard, then even smoke here, right?
Is this the route that you would fly normally, or from Oxnard would you not sort of fly over the hill and go up to Bakersfield and like Salinas that way?
Yeah, I mean, if you're flying near to the coast, a lot of airport there and in lower terrain, he will ask you why you choose that route because I want to fly safer. I don't like to be at high altitude above a mountain area, so I prefer to take ocean area. That's the best reason. Because he also asked me on my commercial why you choose that route. There is just always use this this flight plan for private, commercial, even instrument. It's same. So Oxnard, Napa Valley, Lake Tahoe. So your Napa Valley to Lake Tahoe will be at night, right? So just be ready, just in case in next for your check ride and there will be TFR like this, we will change the route to Bakersfield. Of course, Bakersfield and go north here and even fire here. It's crazy.
Sure.
Because Dennis is the examiner who wants to do a real story, real data on the check ride. So he will ask you, okay, now your private pilot, just take me to Napa Valley. Let me know where they want to fly and tell me about everything. So we'll start from that. That will cover the whole story. Is the PAVE. You know what is the PAVE?
Yes. I know what it. Shit. I can't remember it right now, but I'm familiar with it.
Here's the thing. To become a pilot, all right, especially a jet pilot. My jet pilot instructor told me like this: when I ask you something, okay, I will ask you, what is your name? Answer me, what is your name?
Edward Stewart.
What's your wife's name?
Alison Rajkovic.
Alright, what is your birthday?
December 30, 1982.
Alright, now what is PAVE?
PAVE.
Alright, that's it. If you cannot answer that as good as you answer what is your name, your wife's name, so it means you don't know. So there is no gray area, it's only yes, I know, and you can just answer that like your name or no, I don't know. Alright? Because if you're in the middle, you will dead. That's the rule. That's the rule I learned from my citation. And it helped me. I mean, I can teach all the students with the same way. So, if you cannot answer that, what is your name? My name is Edward Stewart. Alright, what is the PAVE? Alright, the PAVE is pilot, aircraft, environment, external pressure. So it means you don't know about that. Alright? So Dennis is the PAVE big guy. He always dig all the applicant about single resources management. Okay?
It's personal minimums, huh?
No, the single resources management. I'll bring all the document. I already prepared the folder with a lot of article there. Okay, you have to read that when we meet single resources. Yep. This is exactly what I want. The RSCA. CFI Darren is always nice about. Yeah, he has like training as well, but I don't know where he is. He's like a private instructor, but he has a good one. This is exactly what you have to know. The 6 item here. Alright? ARTSCA. I say that ARTSCA. ARTSCA.
Okay, I just made the screen bigger. Okay. Aeronautical decision making, risk management, task management, situational awareness, controlled flight into terrain awareness.
Okay. And the PAVE is under risk management. PAVE is under risk management. And we'll cover this. So tonight, in my time tonight, of course, I will give you like the outline first. The outline first, like the branches, what you have, what you need to do. Okay, we plan the branches first in your head, then you can start walk through that. Okay. So we have to know about all considerations. If you want to go Napa Valley, what considerations like the route, the navigation, the terrain here, and what's the airplane's capability, okay? And after you land at Napa Valley, you have to go to, alright, here, we have to go to Lake Tahoe. This is the Napa Valley. So near Napa Valley, there's a San Francisco class Bravo. Okay?
Yep.
Let me ask you about here. What's the meaning of this T? So what's that T?
Yeah, that's a T on top of a, is it a 15?
What's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's 1,500 feet to T. I would guess that. No, I don't know.
And how about this surface to T?
No, I can't see.
Alright, we discuss that later, but now I'm trying to give you some figure. What kind of question he will throw you, and he will just put like here. Let's say you're doing a flight plan from Napa Valley to Lake Tahoe at night, something like this.
Yeah.
And he will just say, all right, now you got engine failure or something bad happened here. So what you gonna do?
Where that black cross is?
Yep.
An engine failure.
Maybe not engine failure, just something that require you to fly back. Or here.
In that case, I'd fly to the nearest.
Or here. Sorry. Let me put the new one here.
I mean, it looks like the obvious thing to do would be to immediately do a 180 and fly to the airport that's kind of at your 7 o'clock position.
What's the name of the airport?
I've got no idea. I can't see that clearly.
Okay.
I can't zoom in any closer than I am, but you know, it's the one with a tiny little bit of yellow around it.
Okay. Okay. Why don't you go to just forward, straight forward, like a Perryman there, special field?
Well, that's also an option. What I would say is that also looks like it's in the mountains. You know, and I can't really see that clearly, but yeah, I would guess that it's in the mountains, and I know that on the west side where it's green, it's more flat land. So, you know, the common sense approach would be if it's flat land, it's likely to be lower altitude, which gives you a greater chance of gliding sort of downwards rather than trying to glide to a more upland slope.
Okay. Alright, but this is at night and you don't have the beacon. And the other consideration is this is a private airport. So you might not want to go to the Perryman without clearance, because you cannot just enter the private airport without any clearance, right? And what's the meaning of the brown? I mean, the airport here is brown. What's the meaning of that?
I'm just waiting for the screen to refresh.
Sorry. I mean...
You mean it's inside the magenta, it's within the magenta dash?
Yeah, I mean the airport, the circle is brown, it's magenta brown. What does that mean?
It means it's got fuel services there.
No. What is the meaning of magenta? A lot of magenta circle right here, right?
It's just refreshing, sorry. The magenta circle would mean it's Class C.
Oh, that's the airspace.
Oh no, that's not true.
Yeah, that's the airspace. I'm asking about the airport.
It's a towered airport.
Alright. Don't worry, we can discuss it later. At least I know how I can start, right? Oh, a lot of fire. Okay, what is the dash magenta in the Lake Tahoe here? Can you see that? Lake Tahoe, and there's a dash magenta box there. What is that?
It's the Class E and Class G airspace.
What do you mean Class E and Class G? I mean, this dash magenta line. What is that?
That's Class E airspace from the surface.
Okay. Why they have to make that?
Typically because the elevation is so undulating and varying that I think the FAA just say that in that area, airspace from the ground, it doesn't matter whether you're stood at the lake or stood on the top of the peak.
All right, no.
It's still
no. The answer is why they make this to protect the instrument approach for the airport, because in Lake Tahoe we have LTA instrument approach. So from surface to 17999, they protect this area with controlling this area because it has instrument approach there, right?
okay.
Remember that. So the dash magenta, yeah, you were right. It's class A code from surface to 17999. But why they make that? Because they want to protect the instrument approach procedure at Lake Tahoe.
Yeah. I'm just scribbling everything you say down. Just bear me a second to protect airspace for the instrument approach.
And what is the dash magenta here? I mean, sorry, the fudge magenta. What is the fudge magenta?
That's also Class E.
Uh-huh.
That typically begins at 700 feet.
To?
1700. Sorry, that's from 700 to 1200, and then everything above that is a different airspace.
All right. The correct answer is the Class A code is still about the ceiling. So the maximum ceiling will be same 17999.
Okay.
The difference is the ceiling. So if you got the dash magenta, it means that it's from surface to 17999. You have fudge magenta, it starts from 700 to 17999, and you have blue fudge magenta, it starts from 1200 to 17999. So everything inside on this fudge magenta, all right, inside, that will be 700 to 17999. All right.
Yeah.
It's very clear, simple. So Class A code is all about the bottom. It's not about the ceiling. The ceiling is same, 17999. Let me ask you, you see Blue Canyon here, Blue Canyon, can you see that?
Sorry, Blue Canyon?
Okay, I put a circle, black circle there.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it. It's on the VFR,
Yeah.
it's on the flight route, right? Yep.
Alright, I mean, what airspace is that? It's outside of here.
That's Class E.
Alright,
Off
which one?
Class G airspace.
Class G?
But actually, because it's on a blue line, it's Class B airspace because it's on the vector, right?
Alright, that will be, how about here, above the mountain? See my X?
Yeah,
What is the class is that?
that's Class E airspace.
Class E? E or G?
Class G from the ground to 1,200 feet.
Alright. Good. So if you fly here, let's say it's 1,000 feet,
Yep.
what is the weather minimums?
The weather minimums below 10,000 feet are 3,152, 3 statute miles.
No, wait a minute. I'm asking you, you're flying here, right?
Yep.
What is the weather minimum exact here?
In Class G airspace is 1 statute mile visibility and clear of clouds.
Okay, how about if you're Class G and above 1,200?
In Class G above 1,200. No, I think that's the same. I think anywhere in Class G airspace,
No.
that's the weather minimums.
That will be 1,152. At day and at night it will become 3,152, right? Okay, that's a little bit about the airspace. There are a lot of map I'm gonna ask you, but it's all about route. He will talk about the route with a lot of variation, and also here I already make it for you. KAPC to KTVL and KVNY to KAPC. That's a route that is good to go. What you need to do is the true airspeed, the wind direction, you need to update that. But the track, I think you can use this.
Okay.
Right?
But I presumably can only do this a few days before, once I have the winds aloft, right?
Yep, correct. But the route and everything, you can do it by now, right? I mean.
Okay, yeah.
So, did you get the picture of the oral exam things with Dennis?
Is this something that you've messaged me in WhatsApp?
No, I sent you an email.
Okay. Navlog route and map drawing guidance. Okay.
Okay, I mean, did you
So
get?
these are all the waypoints, right?
Yeah. He will ask you to do like a story, okay? And
Okay.
he will base on the ACS, and let's see here. You need to know about the certification requirement, currency, and record keeping. You have to know privileges and limitations, medical certificates, class expiration, privileges, temporary disqualifications, document required to exercise PPL, and you have to
Where are you
explain.
reading? Okay.
You have to explain all the risks here, and here apply requirement XPIC under VFR and scenario given. So he will give you a lot of scenario and you have to know. Let's start from the certification requirement. So you have your private pilot today, right? And you want to fly, but you don't have time to fly. You're too busy, and after 6 months you are not flying. You are not flying after 6 months. So suddenly you have the time and you want to bring your wife flying. Are you, can you take your wife flying after 6 months period not flying? Are you still current?
No. After 90 days, you lose currency.
All right.
So you need to do three takeoff and landings in the preceding 90 days to carry passengers.
So you take off to landing. Is that touch and go or full stop or any idea?
No, the day ones can be touch and go, but to do it at night, you need to do full stops.
Yeah, and how about if you fly with a tail dragger, tailwheel airplane?
With a tail dragger,
Yeah, with tailwheel
they need to be full stops.
Alright.
In a tail dragger, they all need to be a full stop.
Yeah, I need you to explain more about that. Like, I don't want you to just say 3 takeoff, 3 landing. That's not enough. I need to do 3 touch and go at day with the 3-cycle landing gear, but if I'm using tail wheel, I will do 3 full stop, and at night I will do 3 full stop. So the problem is you only do night 3 takeoff 3 landing, and you don't have the time to do it a day. So do you think that you're correct for the day?
Yes, if you do 3 full stop landings at night, they also qualify you for currency for the day landings as well.
Alright, but at that day you only have, ultralight airplane.
Yeah, that's no good. It needs to be in the same category and class as the plane that you intend to fly, or that you're rated to fly, certified.
Alright, wait a minute. Do you know what is the TACNAM is?
What, sorry?
The TACNAM P20 2008 here. TACNAM P2008 here. TACNAM.
Yes, that's a sport aircraft, right? Light sport?
Yep. Can you fly with this?
Yeah, I can assuming I'm a private pilot, I would be able to fly this.
For 3 takeoff 3 landing, I mean.
No.
Alright, why no?
Because this isn't in the same category, it's a light sport aircraft. And technically it's a lesser, it's considered to be a lesser category of airplane than a Cessna or a Piper, for example.
Is there any statement of that in the FAR?
Yes. I don't know what the reference is, but you need, in order to maintain currency, you need to. I don't believe that you can maintain currency in a lesser aircraft.
Yeah, you can fly with that.
Okay.
You can fly with that because I'm asking this to Greg Lewis. Can I maintain my currency with the light sport aircraft? And he said as long as the airplane, as long as that aircraft is in the same category, which is that airplane, it has a fixed wing, so you can use that.
Okay, alright, let me write some notes.
Because I'm asking him about this. I'm asking him about this. I want to maintain my currency on this plane. Even build my time here is possible. It's not possible because this different category. Even though there's a motor here. Can you see that?
Okay, because it's not fixed wing then,
yeah.
Right? Even though it's a tricycle gear, it's not fixed wing, so technically it's not the same category. Correct?
There you go, yeah. So if you have like ultralight, light sport airplane, as long as it has a fixed wing, you can use that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay, that's the scenario I'm talking about. So the oral exam is all about the scenario now. Alright.
Okay.
Let's continue about that. So you have the plane now. You're not flying for 6 months. Do you need the flight instructor to fly with you for the touch and go, something like that?
No, you don't need to have a flight instructor with you.
Okay. So you just take the airplane and fly?
Yeah. You need to log them and everything like that, but you need to make sure that you have the required documents, and you have your pilot certificate, and you've got a medical in date, and
all right. My last student's name Roshan. He came before Dimas, and he failed because he answered exactly same with you. He answered that based on the regulation, I can go, so I go. Dennis would not like that.
Okay. What's the proper phrase, or what's the proper, sentence to say?
Alright. FAA will unhappy until you're unhappy. That's a quote. So it means, actually they give you a license, but they don't want you to fly a lot. Alright? Especially when you are a new guy, and you make the sky dirty because you're a private pilot, you just got in the 40 hours, let's say, okay, and then you're not flying for 6 months, and suddenly you have the time, you just take the airplane and fly, you jump into the sky and you mess up for the sky. So is that not good idea? So the FAA always want the applicant to be very, like you have like a small ball, you don't have any confidence, you just say like, okay, I'm not confident because I'm not flying for 6 months, I just hire my CFI, or I'm taking my friend who already commercial pilot, fly every day, and I'm taking them as my safety pilot even though I don't need that. That's a personal minimum.
Okay, so this is about pay then, okay? I need to remember to say, you know, hey, so what I would do is I would, you know, ask Captain Jima if he would fly with me, or a friendly instructor, to just, you know, maybe give me some updated instruction and to ensure that I was following, you know, the procedures, you know, as I should. Maybe give me some advice, for example, right?
Yes, that's the exact answer he wants to hear. So you cannot just show up to Dennis and say, okay, based on the regulation, I can fly, blah, blah, blah. He will fail you. Because it, you know, like the 5 hazardous attitude, one of them is macho, anti-authority, right? Impulsivity, vulnerability, something like that. And if you think that you're just a new private pilot and you're not flying for 6 months, and you think that the regulations say yes, so I go, that's all PTS. But ACS, no. Because here, failure to set personal minimums is exactly there. Okay? Now your friend is a private pilot. It's same with you. You are not current. That's why you want to do 3 takeoff, 3 landing. But you are not too confident and you want to take your private pilot friend or maybe a commercial pilot friend, okay?
Yep.
When you taxi, you talk about your currency and everything, and you just realize that your commercial pilot friend is also, he is also flying the jet, has 1,000 hours more, but he just come back from, maybe he just come back from 5 months leave from flying. He's not even flying for 5 months, alright? And he's now become your safety pilot.
Yeah.
You already taxied the plane, so would you continue to fly?
You know, with thinking about the pay and the personal minimums, at that point I would probably begin to think whether or not my pilot friend, even though he had 1,000 hours and, you know, has potentially been out of the cockpit for 5 months of a jet, I would begin to think, you know, when was the last time he in a Cessna, you know, how familiar is he with the plane and the, you know, the operating capabilities. I would probably say, you know, this maybe isn't the best decision. You know, let's taxi back to the hangar and maybe, you know, do some more talking first, maybe some ground school revision, and then maybe look to find an instructor, maybe like somebody like Gil, or fly with yourself, who has more recency in a Cessna.
All right.
No.
The point is not on that operation. Just think about this. You are not current in the 90 days. It means you cannot carry passenger, right?
Oh, got it. Okay.
Now you can.
So you're not current anyway.
Yeah, you can carry pilot, because if you carry the pilot as your passenger, he is not the passenger. He will be your pilot in command. Or you can be a pilot in command and he is a pilot because he can fly, right?
Yeah.
You can still log your pilot in command time. Don't worry with that. But if you're taking the pilot with you, it doesn't mean that he is the passenger. So how, if this pilot is also not current, is he a pilot? Can he take a passenger? No, right?
He's not allowed to fly himself either.
No, he can fly. He can fly by himself. It's like you. You're just not current for 90 days to carry a passenger.
Okay.
Right? So both of you is still current based on the flight review, 24 months. But both of you have not been flying for 90 days. So it means that you cannot carry passenger. Now, if you fly with him, with the reason that he will be my safety pilot, because he's the current pilot, but and in fact, both of you are not current to carry any passenger. So practically, you cannot take him because you carry a normal passenger, and he cannot fly you because he is not allowed to take you because you're the passenger.
Yeah. Okay, that makes better sense.
Alright? So take this and ask to any instructor, okay? Because this is like a gray area. It's like a hole.
Okay.
Okay, you can ask. How if I get my
So
friend?
down to interpretation, right?
Yeah, maybe you can just save it. I'm gonna ask for you, alright? I'm gonna ask somebody else because I already asked for several instructors and they impressed. I mean, wow, I never think about that. Alright. Both pilot, not current, fly together. Is that considered as a passenger or a pilot? If passenger, then none of you can take a passenger because you're not current, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So that's the trick. I mean, I want you to really understand about the regulation in and out. That if you get trapped in one situation like that, you will understand how to answer, how to decide. And how about the currency? The other currency is your flight review, your medical certificate. What is your flight review things? Tell me.
Say again?
How about the flight review? Can you tell me the flight review? What is that?
You mean the biennial flight review?
Yeah,
you need to.
We don't call that biennial anymore. We could just call 24 months flight review.
A 24-month flight review. That's flying with an instructor. It normally consists of a ground school, a period of perhaps catching up on any changes or amendments in the FAR aim, and then a flight with the instructor. I think it's the same as maintaining your currency. You do 3 takeoff and landings.
No, all right. Flight review is to maintain your private pilot license or any pilot certificate, okay? And you can use that with you can do the flight review with the authorized flight instructor or examiner, and that will be minimum an hour ground instruction and an hour flight. That's the minimum.
Okay.
Okay, and you will cover all the check ride from your private pilot to make sure that you are able to exercise your skill ability on your private pilot level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So it's like a mini check ride.
Yeah, it's same like a check ride. Okay. And okay, let's say you just got your private pilot 31st of July.
Yep.
2017, and you will get another flight review 31st of July 2019, right?
Correct.
Now the question is, at 30 January 2018, you take instrument rating with me and you get your instrument rating at that date, 30 January 2018.
Yep.
How about your flight review?
The flight review, the dates then change. My next biennial or my next 24-month review has to be completed before the 31st of January 2020, because any endorsements not endorsements, any changes to certification, instrument or commercial, for example, count as flight reviews, and the 24 months is taken from the date of your last check.
Okay, how about if you just take like light sport airplane sport pilot license?
Yes, that counts, because do you mean if you've already got your private pilot's license and then you decide to get a light sport license.
Yep.
Yeah, that counts.
All right.
Because you can do a flight review in a multi-engine plane. Say, for example, you're doing a multi-engine rating.
No, this is a light sport airplane, like ultralight.
Yeah, I think that counts.
Okay. So the answer is every FAA check rides, that counts.
Okay.
How about drone check ride, right?
No.
Is that FAA check ride?
I don't think it's called a check ride, is it?
All right. So if that is a check ride, then it counts. Okay.
It does count?
We have to take a look. I don't know about drone. Okay.
Okay.
But,
you were asking me.
Yeah. I mean, I just throw something like something stupid question that examiner might test you.
Okay.
And the answer is okay. I have to take a look, or I have to call Van Nuys Fiscal whether that is including for the FAA check ride or not. Because I'm not a drone game player, but I know exactly where I have to look at it. FAR,
okay.
Or I have to call Van Nuys Fiscal. That's the best answer, because you have to show them that you always have a backup. You have the data. You know the regulation, how to find it, and how to call who if you want to know something that you don't know. Okay?
Who do you call him, Van Nuys?
Yeah, Van Nuys Fiscal. Ask them, right?
Sorry, I missed that last word. Van Nuys who?
Visual? FSDO, FSDO, Flight Standard District Office, or any.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, FSDO. Okay, flight stand. Okay.
All right. Now, record keeping. So you fly with your friend. Both
Yep.
of you. Who can log as a PIC?
You can actually both log PIC.
Huh? Even though you're not flying.
The person who has control is logging the PIC, the PIC time at that time.
Alright, so principally, if you have 30 minutes to solely manipulation with the flight control, and your friend get 20 minutes, so both of you can log 20 minutes and 30 minutes. It's not logging like 50 minutes both, okay?
Yep.
Alright, that's good. Okay, as a private pilot, what's your privilege? I want to know. What is the benefit to become a private pilot? Why should I have to become a private pilot? Why don't I just take a sport pilot license?
It's to do with the category of airplane. You can fly a plane with up to 200 horsepower. Sorry, I don't know any answer to that one.
Alright, so the question will be like that. I mean, if the question is like, what is the private pilot privilege, it's very easy. Everybody can answer that. But if I just change a little bit, why I should have my private pilot? If I want to fly, I just can take sport pilot, and it's cheaper.
Yeah, sure.
And why I have to take a private pilot? Just remember. Alright, private pilot. There's some privileges, a lot of privileges. First, I can fly the Bravo airspace without endorsement. Sport pilot license, you need endorsement every time you want to fly to the Bravo airspace. That about the airspace. Alright?
Okay.
Come on, the second thing is, in the sport pilot license, I cannot fly the airplane more than 1320 pounds. Okay? And the private pilot, I can even fly the 747 with me, with the private pilot.
Huh.
Can you fly Boeing 737 with private pilot? Answer me.
Technically, yes. If you've got a type rating, if you own the plane.
Alright, you have to have multi-engine, instrument rating, and type rating. Then you can fly the jet as well. Okay? And then the sport pilot license, can the sport pilot license holder get instrument rating?
No,
Alright, why?
because it's the sport pilot isn't allowed to.
Alright, I'm thinking this way. Based on 61, 65, for instrument rated applicant, the applicant must be a private pilot. That's it.
Okay.
Okay?
So to become an instrument pilot, you have to already have.
Private pilot.
Yeah.
That's very clear. Okay? Now, you're flying to Napa Valley and you got to travel with your tire. It's flat tire and you have a backup. And you don't have any mechanic there because they already go home. So can you just change the tire?
No.
Why?
Changing the tire is not part of the maintenance schedule that a private pilot can do. It needs to be done by either an A&P or an IA.
Alright, take a look here. What you're looking for is the preventive maintenance that is the private pilot privileges.
Yep.
And I have a great article here from AOPA. There are 30 plus the list of preventive maintenance that you can do by yourself.
Okay.
That's nice, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, the whole thing's 32. This all.
Cool. Will you send me that link in WhatsApp?
Yep, done.
Thank you.
Replacing and servicing batteries. You can do that. Right? This is very valuable knowledge. Not every private pilot knows this.
Yeah.
Because I'm shaping you to become a commercial pilot standard. I want you to get adequate knowledge, and then more than Dennis might ask you, because this is for you. You can just fly and suddenly you've got the trouble, but you have the parts. You can go to the shops, you can buy, right? But if you don't know what you can do and you cannot do, so that's bad. This is servicing landing gear, wheel bearings, cleaning, greasing, landing gear, shock struts, adding oil or bolt, removal, installation, and repair of landing gear tire. This is number 1.
Okay.
Right.
Know the proper jacking procedure as outlined.
All right. That's some privileges. So you can also fly for charity. You can also bring the passenger as a salesman of the factory. Okay, you can show the demonstration. You can towing glider. You can towing banner. Now, how can you just towing the glider? What is the procedure?
No, you need to get an endorsement for banner towing and undergoes instruction.
Here. Log minimum 100 hours pilot in command. Hold at least private pilot certificate with the appropriate category rating.
Okay.
Who has accompanied pilot on 3 flights, which is certified accompanied at least 3 flights in aircraft while towing a glider or unpowered ultralight vehicle, like any of that. So I'm sending you this document as well. So I want you to know your real privileges. You can towing glider as long as you have 100 hours PIC time and you're already accompanied by the pilot. You already do that. Okay.
Do I need to know these in memory, or can I tab the far aim at 61, 69?
Oh yeah, you can, but I mean you have to know that's a minimum 100 hours. That's good to know that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, if you forgot that, at least you know where to look at it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
So what is your limitation as a private pilot?
Limitations. these are going to be they're going to talk about ceiling, right? And what you aren't allowed to fly for hire.
All right. The
Or you
best
can't
way,
be remunerated for flying.
the best way to answer that is I cannot fly for hire. That's the first of all, right?
Okay.
I cannot fly for hire. So I cannot fly in the IMC without instrument rating. I mean, if I just take my private pilot, I cannot fly at the Alpha airspace.
Okay, cannot fly in IMC, cannot fly in Alpha airspace.
Without instrument rating.
Yeah.
What is temporary disqualification?
That's when the FAA revoke your flying license and request that you take a flight review with a flying instructor.
No, temporary disqualification is all about one of the example is when you got some illness and you need to consume the medications that not approved by the FAA medication list, then during that period you will get temporary disqualification on your pilot certificate.
Does that require the pilot to actually report the the medical illness and what have you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's based on the honesty.
Yeah. Okay.
And what kind of document you have to exercise the private pilot certificate?
Private pilot certificate, valid medical certificate, and something with a picture ID, passport or driver's license.
Now, you want to fly, but in the FBO they only have Diamond 40. Have you ever fly Diamond?
No.
Can you fly Diamond? I mean, can you as a private pilot fly Diamond?
No.
Why?
I mean, technically, I have a private pilot certificate. There's nothing to say I can't fly any plane that, that meets, that sort of is within the limitations of my pilot's license. But I haven't received any instruction in it. So thinking along the lines of PAVE and personal minimums, I would not take the Diamond 40 for a flight without having previously received some instruction.
All
and
right.
an endorsement
Endorsement?
in my logbook.
What endorsement?
Maybe endorsement's the wrong word. Annotation in my logbook to say that I've received instruction in a certain type of aircraft.
Do you need that? Legally?
Maybe not legally. Maybe they just log it for future reference.
For who?
No. Okay.
For who and who cares?
For the pilot. Who cares? I guess the pilot who wants to have lots of, lots of records of all the planes that he's learned to fly.
All right, but that's not the legal things, right? So the topic here, if you fly Bonanza,
Okay.
or you fly Piper Aero, or you fly Cyrus SR-22,
Yeah.
you need endorsement, right? Because you need.
They're more than 200 horsepower.
That's 200 horsepower is the high performance, and the complex airplane is another different animal. What is complex airplane?
That is one with retractable gear and a constant speed propeller.
And flaps.
And flaps.
Okay. Then you need endorsement from flight instructor.
Flight instructor.
Now, how about the Diamond? You don't have to have any endorsement. You don't have to fly with instructor. But if you need instructor as your personal minimum, that's fine. But they can just put the normal logbook, or he doesn't even need to fill your logbook. Okay, if you want to, just go ahead, but it's not mandatory. All right, now you're flying with the G1, Diamond, but analog. And tomorrow, your friend asks you to take his plane, the same Diamond 40, which is you already got the training there, but the panel is G1000. Can you fly the G1000 without any endorsement?
Yeah, there's no special endorsement for having a glass panel.
All right.
That I'm aware of, but again, as a paved minimum, I'd be very wary of doing something like that, and would definitely ask for seek some kind of ground school to become and flight training to be more familiar with it.
Okay, that's good.
Do glass panels also have steam gauges, Captain?
Sorry?
Or if you have a glass panel, do you have any steam gauge? Any analog gauges, or are they?
For diamond?
If you have glass panel, you have no. You in a plane with a glass panel. Are there any analog instruments?
Oh, okay. There's a backup.
Like backup.
Yeah, there's a backup, but the backup is not analog instrument.
Okay, so it's also electronic.
Yeah.
Or digital. Okay.
No, the backup is just for the main instrument, like altitude indicator and the altimeter, airspeed indicator. All right, good. Yeah, I think that's enough. That will cover everything from the pre-flight preparation. You're good to go for that.
Wow, that's a lot of information, a lot of questions to get asked.
Yeah, the pre-flight preparation can take like 20 minutes itself. The oral exam is 2.5 hours, and he will burn more on the airport operations, flight plans, and if you can answer every pre-flight preparation, he will go just like that. Okay, and in the next meeting we'll go deeper on the PAVE. We'll cover PAVE because PAVE is including here airworthiness requirement. There will be a lot of questions here. It's all about the airplane, and then we go to the weather, and we go to cross-country flight planning and airspace. Okay. And performance and limitations, I don't think he will dig you more here.
You don't?
I don't think he will go more because it's only for as long as you can show him how to calculate your landing roll and what's the impact of the tailwind. Okay. Then.
Okay.
Okay, for the tailwind, what's the impact of the tailwind?
Is there always a tailwind at Lake Tahoe?
No. I don't think so, but he will ask you about the tailwind.
Okay.
How the tailwind impact for the performance, okay? And then finally we go to the aircraft system and the aeromedical factor. That's it. That's the whole you need, and then we dig more on the map because everything is on the map.
Okay.
Okay.
I already have the Los Angeles TAC TAC chart and also the sectional.
Okay.
And I've ordered a San Francisco area sectional, so I'll have all the charts for my planning.
Good. Now I give you a homework. Your homework is to set up all the weight and balance, and then draw the chart.
Okay.
Draw the chart based on the route I sent it to you. This is the initial plan.
Yeah.
All right. Try to draw the chart and then fill this. The track and everything. Try to use a plotter and cross-check with this. I want you to fill your nav log and weight and balance as soon as possible. And you review any legend, any symbols on the charts, which is that you will gonna fly through that way. For the oral, of course.
Okay.
Okay. Your check ride will be. Sorry. Go ahead.
What did the T mean? The 1500 or the T?
The T means the surface, the ceiling. The ceiling becomes the bottom of the overlying airspace.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever the overlying airspace is,
Yep.
is the ceiling of. I think we agreed it was Class G airspace.
Yeah, I mean that's Class C and become Class Bravo, right?
Okay.
That's a T symbol.
Okay. Brilliant.
Just for now, the homework is I want you to get familiar with this route because I already designed the route for you. You just learn from the route. Don't make Dennis ask you about, hey, you make this, why you don't know about this? So that's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, because I am helping all the students to get their life easier, but you have to know every single line that we draw there. And please take all the AFD airport diagram for any diversion, because Dennis will ask you, your engine failed here, he will just put his finger anywhere. So then you have to be ready for any airport near to your route.
Okay. Should I print off? I'll highlight them in the AFD or in the chart supplement.
Yeah,
but should I also print off the diagram so I have them in my hand and?
Yes. Print
Okay.
the AFD that related to the airport nearby your route, which is that will be your alternate if something happens.
Okay.
And you have to know whether there is a fuel there, is there any FBO or any hotel near there. And Dennis wants to know about that.
Okay.
Okay, that's your homework. You have to be familiar with that, and then for the second meeting we go more and more on the pave, and then we cover more things. Okay, this is just like an opener, make you set up for your flight plan, flight details, and you already done the pre-flight preparations, and you're good to go with that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
All right. No. Are we speaking the same time, same place tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I'll get my charts out now and start that planning.
All right. I'll give you an update whether we do the webinar when you get your evening time there. So it's maybe like 12 hours from now, or I think better like 12 hours from now. Okay. So we get more intense. We discuss about the pave things if you have the time. Okay. And then in the Saturday we'll continue again.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, and keep studying.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.